Myth, healing, and the expressive arts. Human beings, us humans, are myth-making creatures. Myth-making creatures. Long before diagnosis or data, we told stories to orientate ourselves in the mystery of being alive. We live in the mystery of being alive. Mythic stories were not entertainment as such. They were living maps for healing, for courage and meaning. When life fractured, as it does, through loss, illness, exile or despair, myth offered a way to re-story experience so that it could be carried, understood and thus transformed. Across cultures, myth reveals a natural human inclination towards healing through narrative renewal. The wounded king in the Grail legends does not recover through medicine alone. The land itself heals only when the right question is spoken, a naive question. In this way, myth teaches that suffering is not merely a problem to be solved, but a story seeking deeper articulation, deeper understanding, deeper placement. When pain is given symbol, image and voice, as it does in expressive arts, it begins to loosen its grip. Restoring one's circumstances is not denial of reality. It is an act of imaginative truth. Myths invite us to see hardship as initiation rather than failure, descent rather than defeat. Persephone's abduction becomes a seasonal ritual of death and return. Inanna's descent into the underworld strips her of every title, only to restore her with greater authority. Such stories mirror the psyche's own movements. Breakdown as threshold, not end. Not end. Threshold, not end. Nature itself participates in this mythic intelligence. The forest burns and regenerates. The snake sheds its skin. The moon disappears and returns. These living metaphors quietly teach that healing is cyclical, not linear. When individuals align their personal stories with these larger patterns, suffering becomes contextualized within a wider field of meaning. One is no longer alone with one's wound. The wound belongs to an ancient storyline shared by the earth itself. In therapeutic and expressive contexts, restoring allows the imagination to collaborate with the body and soul. Through image, movement, ritual, or spoken myth, a person can shift from "this happened to me" towards "this is what is happening through me." As Clarissa Estes writes, stories are medicine. They have such power. They do not require that we do, be, act anything. We need only listen. We need only listen. Healing in this sense is not about erasing the past, but around placing it within a mythic frame spacious enough to hold sorrow, beauty and possibility. When life is restored, the self remembers its belonging to a much older, wiser narrative. One that knows how to turn wounds into thresholds and endings into beginnings. Expressive arts, particularly and specifically transpersonal expressive arts, allows the inner world a life into this world, transforming one's suffering or one's circumstance into a meaningful now and creative expression. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff.